The United States believes Russia's Black Sea flagship was struck by at least one Ukrainian anti-ship missile, a senior U.S. defense official says. The comments back up claims from the Kyiv government, which have been denied by Russian officials, who claimed a fire broke out on board the guided missile cruiser, causing munitions aboard to explode. Pentagon officials had previously said they could not confirm the Ukrainian claim, but they also did not refute it. Man dies following plane crash in Western Australian outback town. This satellite image provided by Maxar Technologies shows cruiser Moskva in Port Sevastopol, in Crimea, on April 7, 2022. The senior U.S. defense official, who spoke on condition of anonymity to discuss an intelligence assessment, said the Moskva was hit by at least one, and probably two, Neptune missiles on Wednesday, creating the large fire aboard. The official offered no further details, beyond saying the U.S. believes the Russians suffered some number of casualties aboard the ship. The Moskva, named for the Russian capital, sank while being towed to port on Thursday, after taking heavy damage. The loss of the ship, which became a potent target of Ukrainian defiance in the opening days of the war, represents an important victory for Ukraine and a symbolic defeat for Russia. CCTV footage shows man pulling large knife on woman in broad daylight. The Russian missile cruiser Moskva, the flagship of Russia's Black Sea Fleet, is seen anchored in the Black Sea port of Sevastopol in 2008. The sinking reduces Russia's firepower in the Black Sea and seemed to symbolize Moscow's fortunes in an 8-week invasion widely seen as a historic blunder following the Russian retreat from the Kyiv region and much of northern Ukraine. The bodies of more than 900 civilians were discovered in the region surrounding the Ukrainian capital following the withdrawal, most of them fatally shot, police said on Friday. A flagship Russian warship is a worthy diving site, Ukrainian Defense Minister Oleksiy Reznikov tweeted on Friday. "We have one more diving spot in the Black Sea now. We'll definitely visit the wreck after our victory in the war." Sydney woman was live streaming on TikTok when acid was thrown in her face. Britain's defense ministry said the loss would likely force Moscow to change the way its naval forces operated in the Black Sea. In an update posted Friday on social media, the UK Ministry of Defence said the Soviet-era ship, which returned to operational service last year after a major refit, served a key role as both a command vessel and air defence node. Russia has now suffered damage to two key naval assets since invading Ukraine, the first being Russia's Alligator-class landing ship Saratov on March 24, it said. Both events will likely lead Russia to review its maritime posture in the Black Sea. In his Thursday night video address to the nation, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky alluded to the sinking, as he told Ukrainians they should be proud of having survived 50 days under attack when the Russians gave us a maximum of 5. Volodymyr Zelensky alluded to the sinking, as he told Ukrainians they should be proud of having survived 50 days under attack. CNN. Listing the many ways Ukraine has defended against the invasion, he noted those who showed that Russian warships can sail away, even if it's to the bottom of the sea. It was his only reference to the missile cruiser. The Russian Defense Ministry said the ship sank in a storm while being towed to a port. Russia earlier said the flames on the ship, which would typically have 500 sailors aboard, forced the entire crew to evacuate. Later it said the blaze had been contained. The Moskva had the capacity to carry 16 long-range cruise missiles. It's also a blow to Moscow's prestige in a war already widely seen as a historic blunder. Now entering its 8th week, the invasion has stalled amid resistance from Ukrainian fighters bolstered by weapons and other aid sent by Western nations. Nikolai got his family to safety. Now, they've been separated. During the first days of the war, the Moskva was reportedly the ship that called on Ukrainian soldiers stationed on Snake Island in the Black Sea to surrender in a standoff.